Page 1 of 8. The 36 must-see movies of 2017. It's safe to say that 2016 was one for the history books. From world events to the Olympics, politics to entertainment, much has transpired. But with the awards season officially done, and 2 movies crowned Best Picture, however short one's reign ended up being, we are definitely ready to put the ups and downs of 2016 behind us and look toward 2017's unwritten horizon. This year appears to have something for everyone: comedy, drama, action, superheroes, and horror. With projects from directors as varied as Christopher Nolan, Alexander Payne, Thomas Alfredson, Sofia Coppola, and Luc Besson, there's a lot to look forward to. So let's dig into some of the must-see movies of 2017. Split, January 20th. Normally, we skip January lists in these kind of articles, however, this thriller is just too deliciously twisted to ignore. Here is what our own Ed Douglas had to say about the picture in his review. M. Night Shyamalan, master of the twisty high-concept thriller, seemed to have lost his way for a while there. But a little more than a year since reinventing himself with the found-footage thriller The Visit, the Philly filmmaker returns with a movie that's likely to re-endear himself to the fans who've been unsatisfied with his post-Unbreakable work. John Wick, Chapter 2, February 10th. Action sequels can often be a tricky proposition, but as our own Don Kay remarked in his review, here is an action movie that turns headshots and stab wounds into an art form comparable to clay and oils. The film, of course, leaves the story open-ended and lays out the premise for a 3rd chapter, but for once you leave the theater energized and inspired instead of exhausted and nursing a headache. Taking a little from Walter Hill's classic The Warriors, and a bit more from the early work of John Woo, John Wick, Chapter 2 is as close to pure cinema as an action movie can come. The Lego Batman Movie, February 10th. Finally, a Batman movie that's actually fun. It's quite a departure for audiences, as well as in our Don Kay's estimation, a better Batman film than anything out of the zoo. The Lego Batman Movie does sag a bit under the weight and speed of its scores of references and over-the-top climactic battles, and the story also does not achieve the genuinely moving impact that the Lego Movie made with its surprising closing scenes. We would also hesitate to compare it directly to a masterful live-action Batman film like The Dark Knight. But it does capture the essence of the Batman mythology and the character quite well, while gently poking fun at its clichés and at the same time paying loving homage to its long history. The film is also a marvelous indication that the Lego film series can continue to have a nice long life if it keeps generating efforts as clever and energetic as its first 2 have been. Best of all, it's fun, something the recent DC Extended Universe entries can't claim. Get Out, February 24th. Jordan Peele's Get Out is one of the breakout sleeper hits of 2017, and it's also wonderfully twisted in its cleverness to boot, mixing typical genre scares with an atypical sense of timeliness about love, relationships, and race in 21st century American life. Or as R. Ed Douglas noted, Peele takes the concept behind Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? To its furthest, most genre extreme. The fact Rose's parents act so friendly towards Chris doesn't make their intentions any less dubious, as you know there's something behind all the smiling faces around them. Peele leans far more toward an old-school Hitchcock approach, utilizing a slow build and music clearly inspired by Bernard Herrmann to escalate tension. Kaluuya does a fine job as an ersatz Jimmy Stewart replacement, pulling the viewers into the mystery with him. The actors around him, especially Williams, also do excellent work of making the viewer feel just as uneasy as Chris does about everyone who is so unnaturally friendly when meeting him. It's obvious that Peele's casting choices accomplish so much at bringing out the strengths in a script that might have felt somewhat one-note or even Twilight Zone-ish otherwise. 2017 movies. You Are Here. Home. Movies. Page 1 of 8 The 36 Must-See Movies of 2017.